Good evening. First, I'd like to start off by saying welcome, but also I want you to imagine something with me. It's a warm summer day. You're in the backyard having a barbecue when an impromptu baseball game breaks out. That's right, an impromptu baseball game breaks out. During the course of this baseball game, you're in the backyard. You receive no action. Nobody hits the ball to you, but somehow your team was managed to get 3 outs. So now finally, you're at bat. As you grab the bat, step in the batter's box, maybe even clean your bottom of your shoes off for the dust that's not really there, but it looks cool, so you do it anyways. The pitcher begins his windup, and the pitch is released, and the ball is coming towards you about waist level. Your perfect, ideal spot. You step into it. You make contact, pure contact, striking the ball out towards the back of the yard. And then you break out of the batter's box. And this is where the problems start. As you're moving as fast as you can, your arms anyways, your legs are like they're stuck in the mud. And you can't move as fast as you normally should move or could move. And that's what I want to talk to you today about the benefits of stretching before you work out. Also, some of you may have had this happen to you as well. Let's say that you worked out really hard one day, and the next day you had every intention to go work out, but you're so sore that you just cannot do it. Well, we're going to talk about that as well. The benefits of a post stretch. My name is Ryan Steele, and I've worked out for 38 years of my life, for the better part of it anyways. I've ran over 8 half marathons, and I'm able to do these things not because I'm a physical specimen, nothing special than anybody else. I have just understood and accepted the fact that, or embraced the fact that stretching out benefits you, enables me to run 2 days in a row, not just 2 days in a row, but 2 long runs in a row. I'll do 8 miles one day, and maybe 8 or 10 miles the second day. And I only am able to do that because I stretch out before and after. So today I want to spend some time and talk about 3 different stretches. We'll talk about the static, dynamic, and active stretch. We won't spend a whole lot of time there. And then we're going to talk about the benefits of stretching out before you work out and the benefits of the post-workout. So let's start off by talking about just 3 different stretches. First, we're going to start by talking about the active stretch. The active stretch is very simple. Many of us are familiar with this. If we've ever played sports growing up, we've all done this at some point in time. Where you're sitting on the ground, you're stationary, your foot's out, and you're touching your toe with your hand. That is an example of a static stretch. You're not using any devices or any manipulation, and you're stationary. An active stretch, it's very similar, but just slightly different. The only difference would be you're actually using something to manipulate your body part. And in this case, an active case, you're using yourself. Let's say that you're stretching out your quad muscle. So in order to stretch your quad muscle out, one of the stretches you can do is put your foot behind your back. So you grab your foot behind your back with your hand and you pull on it. Well, now you're using something to manipulate that body part. And that is why they call that an active stretch. The third one is a little bit different, maybe more familiar for some of us. It's called a dynamic stretch. I first heard about dynamic stretching back in 2008, 2009, when I was playing football for my police department. So simply put, all you do is you walk approximately 10 yards, and every third step, you're going to perform a stretch. So just so we all have a visual, let's say that you're standing on the goal line. We're going to walk from the goal line to the 10-yard line, and we're going to stretch out. We're walking, so we're moving. We're moving, and that's the biggest difference between this and the other 2 stretches. So every third stretch, we want to perform a stretch. So we walk 3 steps. We want to stretch our calf muscle. We walk 3 more steps. We want to work our opposite calf muscle, so on and so forth. We're alternating back and forth, left to right, until we get to our 10-yard mark. Then we're just going to simply turn around and we're going to walk back. And if you want more information on it, it's all over the internet. There's all kinds of different stretches that you're able to do through the dynamic stretch. But the only concept I'm trying to portray to you is that the difference between dynamic stretch is that you're actually physically moving while you're doing it. And while we're talking about this, that leads us right into the benefits. One of the biggest benefits of stretching out before workout is allowing that blood to flow. According to the Cleveland Clinic, blood provides vital nutrients to the body, and it also provides oxygen to the body. And when we're working out aerobically, our muscle needs oxygen to continue a workout. And also, it allows our body to wake up. It says, hey, we're getting ready to work out, body. It's time for you to wake up. And you may be familiar with this if you sit too long anywhere. For example, if you're on a long car ride and you've been sitting for an hour or two, and all of a sudden you get out to walk inside, and those first couple steps you take, they're a little bit tougher than normal. You almost feel like you're 20 years older because your body is just so stiff and rigid because you haven't moved very often. People experience this all the time during office work, so maybe it's good to stretch out during your office work as well. And also, because that blood's flowing through our body, we're stretching out, it also provides more energy to us. It provides more energy just by stretching out. And it also reduces injury if we stretch out. Reducing injury, making our body alert, allowing that blood to flow. Imagine if you will, if we started to just run sprints, 100 sprints without even stretching out a single muscle out. Imagine how many times or how often somebody would get injured, pull a hammy, or something along those lines if they did not stretch out. So again, that's one reason why we want to stretch out, is to reduce injuries. So we not only want to stretch out before we work out, but we want to talk about why it's beneficial to us to stretch out after we work out. And here's why. Because it's going to increase our flexibility. I find it very beneficial after a workout to stretch out. For me, I'm a rigid person. It allows me to stretch out further when I'm done working out. We want that flexibility. That flexibility is going to help us prevent injuries. And as we work out, lactic acid is built up in our body. Lactic acid causes muscle fatigue and causes cramping. And if we stretch out, we can reduce that. We're able to reduce that lactic acid that's built up. We're able to reduce the muscle cramping and some of that muscle fatigue. And also, it slowly lets the body cool down. If you run 26 miles or 13.2 miles or 1 miles, you'll see runners who do these runs, or not necessarily that distance, but you'll always typically see them take a very brisk walk when they're done that allows them to cool off. They're not walking slow pace, they're walking at a brisk pace, and then it gradually will build up, or not gradually, but slowly degrade to where they're point that they're walking. But they're allowing their body to cool down, and that's what we want to do. We want to allow our body to cool down in a natural way, not in an abrupt way. It's easier on the body, and it's less taxing on the body. So today we talked about the 3 different stretches: the active, static, dynamic. We talked about the benefits before we work out, and we talked about the benefits after we worked out. I hope throughout this informative speech you gained some knowledge about the benefits of stretching out before and afterwards. I hope you're able to take this and utilize this in your everyday life. Again, my name is Ryan Steele. Thank you very much.